Hey guys, welcome to the Lion's Den. Today, we've got that reading that I promised, which is Big Bang. I'm going to do a short cover in the beginning just to see where their career is going to be headed. But that's actually not the overall topic of today's reading. Today's reading is actually more so about each individual Big Bang member and what are their feelings towards Seungri. So with that being said, Big Bang, step into the den. So, for their career, the question is, will they be a group? Will they reunite as a group again anytime soon? Or at all, ever? I think there's a card flipped over here. Okay. Okay, no. With the Magician, I do see that maybe you will have a member who will still continue to perform. I feel like this Man of Wands is actually probably going to find another job. And then we have a member that will be leaving. And if you've watched my previous reading, you know who this member is. But with the Eight of Cups in general, so that covers 3 of the members. Possibly the Man of Wands could, with a regular job, could be Taeyang. I don't know what he does now that he's married, because I don't think he drops music. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't follow Big Bang anymore. And I have no idea what happened to Daesung, by the way. I literally haven't heard about Daesung since his scandal with running someone over about drunk driving. I'm going to say this is a very big no for Big Bang performing as a group again. That's a no for you guys. I'm sorry for all the Big Bang fans. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into what's really on my mind, and that is what are the Big Bang members' feelings towards Seungri. So we're going to start off right here, and these are the cards that I pulled for top. Okay. So for the guidance cards, the spiritual guide cards, we have exhaustion, partnership and love, and judgment. So exhaustion, let me move my cats to see if they will, the pictures will stand. Exhaustion, partnership and love, judgment. Oh, let me move this cat over here. Exhaustion, partnership, and love, judgment. And so those overall feelings to me are saying that even though he loves Seungri, he's very, very, very tired. And he's tired of the industry. He is tired of trying to save him. He is tired of the burdens that he has to carry or feels like he has to carry for himself, his members, his group, and basically the overall price that they're paying as a whole for being celebrities and for doing wrong as celebrities. Judgment is he generally judges Seungri's situation. He has I don't think there's okay, I'm not going to say there's no empathy, but I'm going to say that it's one of those, what did you expect? What you did was clearly wrong kind of things. Of course, people are going to judge you. Of course, I feel the same. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I don't know too much about Top scandal. I know he had a drug scandal, but Top this is not the same for Top. Top is like, nah, bruh. Even Top's like, no. No, ma'am. Okay, so the next card we have is the unexpected. So I don't know if Top actually expected him to get caught. I don't know if he expected that. I really don't. The other oracle cards we have is Gossamer's Princess. That says communication, relationship, work to be done. And the Littlest Fairy that says appreciate the beauty and value of all the exquisite and small. So with how I feel about this is I feel like these cards are kind of big, so they're not really going to stand properly. Excuse me. I feel like Top actually, he feels like Seung-Lee needs help. He feels like, I don't think he, like I said, I don't think he actually expected him to get caught, at least not at the time that he did. He thinks that he needs help. And he also thinks, I feel like Top wants to talk to him. But at the same time, I feel like Top is kind of like, he appreciates and he accepts the things, the small joys that he had spending time with Seung-Lee. But past that, I think he's kind of over it. We have Home. So there is still that loving connection. He actually does still have a loving connection towards Seung-Lee because Seung-Lee is his home. Seung-Lee, it's like, okay, so I think Top has just been released from prison, I believe, or... So it's like when he came home, I think that's also where the unexpectedness, I don't think he expected to walk into so much drama, or I don't think before this all went down, he expected when he would be released, he'd be walking into this drama and it wasn't about him. But overall, I feel like it's like Seung-Lee was supposed to be somebody he would be coming home to. So when he got out, the members would be somebody he would be coming home to. Again, correct me if I'm wrong if he wasn't in jail, because like I said, I don't follow them. I don't know what they're going. He could be in the military, wherever he's coming back from. If it's a hiatus, if it's jail, if it's military, you know, he expected certain things to be intact. If not, you probably wouldn't expect everything, but certain things. And so the way things are, I don't think he was expecting this kind of chaotic energy, this kind of chaos. He wasn't expecting to step out and step into this whole mess. And I feel like with the communication, relationship, and work to be done, not only does he feel like Seung-Lee needs to have some help, but almost like he wants to talk to him. And the Littlest Fairy just lets me know that he's still appreciative of the little bit that he may have been able to get. If he did get a chance to speak to Seung-Lee or did get a chance to say something, he is appreciative of those little things that were able to come out. And the tarot card that came out for him is the Five of Cups. So there is disappointment, sadness, upsetness at everything that has gone down. So he's not happy, of course. He's not in a happy or positive mood or position. He's not happy about Seung-Lee. He's not happy about what he's become and where he's going now. Okay? And that's all that we have for Top's feelings towards Seung-Lee. There is still love there from Top. G-Dragon. G-Dragon has the most cards, I believe. G-Dragon or Taeyang has about the most cards. So G-Dragon's oracle cards say, the secret path, an irresistible pull down a distinct path, lay lines, mystical traditions, and light and darkness, which say ancestors, ancestral line, generational shift. So I'm going to show you the cards and I'm going to tell you what they mean to me. Okay? So at first I was a little bit confused when I was seeing this card, these two cards, but then it sort of started to make sense to me as I pulled more. But we'll get to them. For G-Dragon, G-Dragon, I feel like, is still clinging to a more positive side of Seungri. And I feel like with the secret path, the irresistible pull down the distinct path, I feel like he's still drawn to Seungri, and he's still, there's like this part of him that still wants to find that light in that darkness, that still wants to find the light at the end of the tunnel, that still wants to almost run up to him and shake him, like, tell me this is wrong, tell me this is a mistake, you know, tell me, you know, you weren't really involved in this. Like, there's this part of him that almost, he's trying to find every little bit of positivity out of this that he can. So we have procrastination, cycles, sexual arts, and Phoenix Rising. And here's what I feel. I feel like the procrastination card comes out to say that for G-Dragon, it's hard for him to really actually go into fully disliking Seungri. He may talk a lot of stuff, but on the inside, he's actually quite reserved on how he's really feeling. It's like morally he knows he's going to have to shun Seungri to the public, but on the inside, it's hard for him to do so. Cycles and sexual arts. When I saw these two cards come out, what I just thought was, it's like he knew and he knows the type of person Seungri is. And cycles is, with the cycles of sexual arts, to me, it feels like he either has been trying to stop, or there have been times where, like, trying to stop him, or there have been times where he has successfully broken him away from these kind of behaviors, but he keeps going back to this supposedly, allegedly sexual deviancy. Okay, so G-Dragon is fully aware of this. This Phoenix Rising is this wanting him to kind of rise up out of the ashes, just like a phoenix. Like, he wants him. There's this intense, somehow, hope for Seungri to be able to save himself or turn around and come back like a better person. There's this still desperate cling to this thought of maybe there's a way to save him, or maybe he's not that bad, maybe there's a misunderstanding. I know he can power through this. That's actually going on in his head. The next oracle card we have is Wisdom, Balance, and Release. He thinks that Seungri is a very intelligent person. He thinks that he's super intelligent. Balance and Release, I feel like, okay, so where I ended up putting them, especially was Release, Sexual Arts. Release ended up over Sexual Arts. So it's like he feels like he can balance these needs of whatever kind of freak tendencies Seungri may have. He feels like he's smart enough to know better. He's smart enough to grow. He's smart enough to be able to X out, you know, inappropriate things. And he feels like he would be smart enough to release these acts of deviancy, sexual deviancy. Like, he feels like all you had to do was not do that. Like, it wasn't that hard. All you had to do is just not do that. And that's where G-Dragon's mind is at. I'm gonna read the last oracle cards that I have here. Actually, I'm gonna read the tarot first. So the tarot also say you have the King of Swords, the Moon, and the Seven of Swords. So it's still the same thing. It's kind of like he sees Seung-Lee as the King of Swords. He's like, he's smart. He's able to cut deals. He's able to, you know, he's able to cut the bad people out. Well, apparently not, but he's really able to be very strict about who he wants or accepts into his life. He's strict about his connections. He's strict about who he talks to, who he's communicating with. He thinks that Seung-Lee is extremely wise. And then it's just like the moon is kind of there also to say, not necessarily the opposite, but it's like the moon is like, G-Dragon feels like he's been fooled, or more of deceiving himself. And the Seven of Swords is just like, it's like he's been deceiving himself and mistaking Seung-Lee's wisdom by mistaking how he feels as Seung-Lee's wisdom, and now he's seeing it as like you're a betrayer, you're a bad person, basically, like you do horrible things. And it's like he knows this, but it's just like, I'm gonna just put it to you like this: there's a secret admiration of how smart and intelligent he views Seung-Lee. He thinks Seung-Lee is very intelligent. He thinks I can't stress it enough. He just thinks he's very smart, and he thinks he's amazing at handling business, and amazing at handling connections, and amazing at contracts. And he's just like, you are so intelligent. How could you use it this way? But at the same time, for G-Dragon, there seems to be this kind of fanning, like this admiration, that's the kind of undertone that I'm getting from it. Okay. The last cards we have is family and deprivation. So, and you know, prosperity guides is standing out to me a bit too. So to me, it's like he still views Seung-Lee as family. He still views Seung-Lee as family, and he misses him, to be honest. G-Dragon misses him. And he feels like he wants to be close to him again. And it's just, that's kind of where he's at. It's just that admiration. It's like, it's a battle for G-Dragon, because it's so back and forth between being able to tell that he's wrong, being able to tell that he's done bad things, to being mixed with a little bit of admiration, to being mixed with, he kind of wants, you know, this dude back home, or back around him, or back in his vicinity, you know, where he can contact, reach, talk to, communicate with him. So that's what we have for G-Dragon. You guys let me know what you think. We're going to move on to, this one was Daesung. So for Daesung, so we have, okay, these cards are a little mixed up. Make sure I have them all together. Okay. So we have, I'm missing a card from here. I know I am. Well, pay attention to signs and say what you mean. And that confused me, because I'm like, well, pay attention to what signs? Like, say what you mean. Until I pulled more cards. So I pulled these oracle cards. And we have, hold on, let me make sure I got the right ones. Okay, so we have Glimpse and Snail's Pace. Okay, and it took me a second, and then Focus came out next. It took me a second to realize, I think Daesung did not know for a long time. I think Daesung, and you know, it's been all over the place, but I feel like Daesung was the last one to know. And I feel like with pay attention to signs and say what you mean, to me, sorry about that. to me, with pay attention to signs and say what you mean, I feel like it's something that he sort of caught on to, like little glimpses of things that stirred him the wrong way, or caught that he kind of picked up on. But snail pace is telling me that, but he was really slow to the take. And this doesn't mean, this could still mean he found out years ago, but he was like literally one of the last people to figure it out. He was one of the last people to figure out that something was really, really wrong. Or, you know, the situation may have been as big as it was. Like, it seems like it was hard for him to really pinpoint, for his head to really get in the game and really realize what was going on around him. That's just the overall energy, as Daesung was the last to know. I'm going to pull these last. And what definitely furthered that is we got the Fool. We have the Fool. And then we also have Temperance. So again, the Fool and Temperance to me come off as like, literally like, how could I have not figured this out? You know, these two and these two, you know, like these two things, they kind of go hand in hand. It makes sense now. Like, that's the kind of feeling that I've gotten from these two cards, is literally, quite literally feeling foolish. And then the Temperance to me is just like, he feels like things are connecting, you know, things that he didn't put together before because it wouldn't have made sense are now blending perfectly. And the last things that we have for Daesung is we have Intuition, which he wasn't like really listening to. Intuition. Inner child could be of the youngest. So Intuition, we could put that together. Intuition of the youngest. We have creativity and death. And I'm not sure if the death came before creativity, but either way, creativity and death. Okay? So it's like, he was the last to know. He didn't know about all of this. But once he did, it seems to me like he didn't want to work with him anymore. Like, I feel like Daesung was another one who was kind of over it. Once everything clicked, Daesung was like, okay, well, if that's what's going on, I'm over it. That's just kind of how I feel about it. So that's what I'm getting from Daesung. Y'all let me know, because like I said, I don't follow Big Bang anymore. I haven't for many, many years now. Let me know, what do you think? I'm not finished yet, but let me know in the comment section, who did you think knew about it? How long do you think they knew about it? What are your interpretations on what they thought about this scandal? Or what they thought about him before the scandal actually broke? So let's go ahead and start with Taeyang. So for Taeyang, the cards I drew first were, I'm going to start with, let me make sure I've got everything together. I'm going to start with these oracles here. So for Taeyang, he has help from above, how he feels about Seungri. Help from above, hopefully these stand. Have faith. And last, family tribe. So Taeyang, of course, so Taeyang, I know it's not the neatest stance, but you know, Taeyang is basically, I don't know if he's religious, but these cards let me know that he's very religious. Like, Taeyang is coming out to me like he gonna pray for him. Like, I'm sure that, you know, God is gonna take care of you, or the angels are gonna take care of you. Like, you need to pray. You need to pray it away. Pray it away, sis. Come on, pray. Just pray with me, okay? So you're gonna be all right. Just if you just have faith that you. That's what Taeyang is coming off to me as. I think he may be Christian. I think he is. or I don't know, maybe Christian cat, something. But he's trying to pray it away. That's what I feel. He's going to pray it away. The next cards that come out are Far, Far Away and Scared to Fly. So I'm going to put these up. So Far, Far Away and Scared to Fly are the cards that come out. I'm going to go ahead and read these. It says the right moment, sensing out the right timing, and creative daydreaming. So what I'm actually getting from these two cards is I think Taeyang also wants to talk to him. Like, but he's scared to approach Seungri. I don't know if Seungri is out and about or not, but he's scared to approach Seungri. Like, he'd rather keep a distance from him. It's like he wants to talk to him, but I don't think he wants to get caught up in his mess. And so it's like, yeah, he doesn't want to actually get caught up in things, but there's a sense of he wants to communicate with him. So there were two cards. Okay. Action and Acceptance. These are the two cards that came out first. Out of the same deck, I'm going to pull some more Oracle cards from this one. Action and Acceptance came out, and I feel like this is him literally accepting the things that Seungri has done. But it's not in a sense of he approves of it. It's, again, this kind of Christian feeling that I'm getting. Like, you know how when you're at the church and, you know, they accept all of these people, you know, for doing horrible things, unless you're gay. But, you know, and that's kind of the feeling that I'm kind of getting. Like, he still accepts and would, you know, will reach his hand out for Seungri if he so needs it. But I don't think it's like he wants to put up that front that he will, but at the same time, with Scared to Fly, I don't think Taeyang will actually get involved with Seungri in a public way and in a public manner, because he's I feel like I said with the Scared to Fly card, he's not trying to be dragged into his situation. It's like, I want to give a word of encouragement. I want to let you know I'm praying for you. I want to do all these things, but I do not want to be in the news with you. Okay, we have Pleasure, Creation, and Sovereignty. Anyway, another one who, to me, I kind of get the feeling of, I'm glad I got to work with you, but that's, like, this is kind of it. You know what I mean? It's like, I've moved on. I'm glad I had the time to work with you. I moved on. That's just a feeling that I get from these cards. The very last Oracle cards I have are Balance, New Life, and Restriction. And what I got from this, I think it's Balance, Restriction, New Life. I'm not sure what order. But his feelings about Seungri could go as two, because this looks like Justice. This Balance also looks like Justice. Okay, so there are two things that come to mind. One is a feeling like if Seungri was better managed and controlled back in the day, he would have had a different life than he has now. If they could have gotten him under control, he would be in a better place. He would have had a different life. This also, to me, lets me think of Justice. So if he is charged for his crime and restricted, locked away, you see how this person is in jail in the mind? I think that's real close to you. So to me, is, you know, I see the scale says Justice, jail. And this is also what he'd probably be thinking, that he actually thinks that Seungri should go to jail in order to start anew and get a new life. So it could be like, serve your time for the crimes that you've committed and come back a new person. So that's the way I'm going to put how Taeyang's thoughts are coming out to me. So it's definitely serve your time for the crimes that you've committed and come back a new person. I'll pray for you. That's his overall message there. And the last two, the tarot cards that I have here for him are the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. And to me, both of them are just basically talking about a steady habit, a bad habit, and that habit including lying, manipulation, and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of goes in hands with the guidance, actually. So the steady habit of lying and manipulating and all that needs to be solved with justice, needs to be solved in the court, needs to be solved, you know, that way. You need to absolve yourself by, well, not absolve yourself, that's not the right word, I don't think. Let me know. But you need to pay for your crimes and go to jail for your habitual lying, scheming, and manipulation. You need to take yourself to jail, pay for your crimes, and start anew. This all actually goes together. So, yeah. That's where Taeyang's thoughts are. Y'all, let me know if this man is super Christian. I think he is. I don't know. So, we're going to move right along to our last, yes, I had one more, our very last person, and this is Seungri himself. So for Seungri, the oracles that he has are the Gift and Catch Me. So the question I asked for him are, what does he feel or what does he want from his youngs? The Gift, a present and offer nutrients, growth potential. Catch Me. Trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. He wants help. And it's more so he wants that acceptance. He wants them to reach their hand out to him. Okay? He wants the members to tell him it's okay. Now he's at a point where he wants to be accepted. Catch Me. He's, you know, he put himself all the way up there on this tower in the middle of a thunderstorm, stood on the roof, and he's about to jump off, and he's looking down at the members who didn't tell him to do that and said, catch me. That's what he's saying. Okay? He wants them to save him. And it may not be like get him out of jail, but more so I feel like he wants unconditional love. And it's weird because I feel like they've been offering it before, but it was conditional. Okay? Little preacher note from the side. Don't let anybody tell you that conditional love is bad. Conditional love is there for you to be able to love yourself and the person that you chose. Okay? With boundaries to keep yourself and your partner safe. Or friends. You know, so the next oracle card we have is Courage. Courage. And so even if you see this person reaching out in the back, it's like he wants them to have courage to reach out and talk to him again. Like, it's like he knows he's leading his own path, whether it's to doom or whatever. But he wants them to just come out and speak to him. Y'all let me know, because like I said, I don't follow it. Let me know if they have been speaking to him, if they have been contacting him. I know one of them, I think it was it Top or G-Dragon? G-Dragon, I think, who may have gotten into a scandal for writing something that may be, or posting something that could have been a secret message towards Seungri. I don't know. The next oracle cards we have is Nourishment. Nourishment. Which is just similar to nutrients. So there's nourishment that comes out again. So nourishment. And then we have boundaries. So it's almost like he's aware of the block that he put up between them. not letting them in. And he's aware of that, but he still wants them to break, not necessarily break that boundary, but to like come, to break the boundaries. He's like, now that he's in a position that he needs the help, it's like, break that boundary that I set and come speak to me. You know what I mean? Now all bets are off for him. Now it's like, okay, now I'll let you in now that I'm in trouble. So the spirit guide messages we have here on his thoughts are new beginnings, priorities, leaderships, and imagination. But what stood out to me, again, this is about what he thinks about his youngs or what he wants from them, is in all of these, it seems like someone is running away. Like, it's like, almost like, imagine like this is them, like Big Bang trying to reach out, and this is him running out the door. And then the next card is called priorities. And it's like, almost like, you know, these big hands are pointing, this is what you need to be focused on, but he's running down the hill. You know, the next one is, you know, the Savior coming in, you know, the dove right there looking like it's offering something. But this person is just like in this lamplight. This, you know, it's a lamplight and leading another path is right in here again. The lamplight leading, you know, someplace else, going someplace else, taking his own initiative. And even in the last one, inner child or imagination, running through these flowers, enjoying their own kind of childish behavior. So with all of that being said, it's like he wants them to reach out to him, but they've already been doing this constantly, consistently. You know, even with their own bad habits and their own things that they've been doing, they've been constantly telling him, constantly offering hands of help. He just ignored them or didn't see them. And I think this is the message for me to relay since these all came out. Nothing to do with the words, but the pictures. Okay? So the last cards that I have is, let me make sure they're in order. Okay, so the last cards that I have for Seung-Lee are basically what messages he has for them. This is a continuation of this. And these tarot say Death, Two of Swords. Move the cats for now. So we have Death, Two of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and Justice. The message that I have from this is a kind of a sort of a help. I don't know what to do. There's nothing more that I can do now. I also feel like there's a message that's going to come out for Seung-Lee about money. There's going to be some news that we may get, emails, text messages. There's going to be this message that's going to be coming out for him via text message, email, receipts about money that he's been spending, money that he's obtained illegally. And this is going to come out really soon, actually. This may be something that will be released by either a former partner, a victim, but some woman that he is close to, possibly a woman that he's paid. But this person is going to also be someone who will expose this news or be involved in it. And justice is the end result. So Seung-Lee is going to get caught on something, and he's very aware of this. So at least Seung-Lee feels like he's going to get caught. And so the only thing that he can do is ask for help and hope for help. And even if it's just an emotional kind of help that he is going to receive or wants to receive, anything is fine for him right now. But he wants and needs somebody to reach out for him because he knows and feels like he's doomed. He's like, once this information about his money is going to, once it comes out, it's a wrap for him. He's like, he's going to go to jail on just those charges alone. And so this is all that I have for the Big Bang reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section, you know, like I said, what were your thoughts on each individual members and what their thoughts are on Seungri and his situation. Just discuss. I love to read the comments. I love to see what y'all have to say, especially those who've been following Big Bang for a long time. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Tumblr. You can email me at The Lions and Tarot if you would like to purchase your own personal private reading or a public reading for your own celebrity. And until next time, guys, bye.